Hello, and welcome to the Fast Book Pod channel, where you'll find the best book summaries. You'll watch book summaries just like watching a movie. Don't forget to subscribe and like the videos for in-depth reviews of great books. Let's get to the book summaries.
Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich is not just a book about money. It is a timeless guide to understanding how thoughts, beliefs, and desires shape our destiny. First published in 1937. This masterpiece was born from over 20 years of research inspired by industrial magnate Andrew Carnegie, who challenged Hill to uncover the secrets of success by studying the world's most accomplished people. Hill interviewed more than 500 men and women who had achieved greatness in business, invention, and leadership, people like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Alexander Graham Bell, and many others. From these stories, he distilled universal principles that anyone can use to achieve success in any area of life. At the heart of Hill's philosophy lies a single, powerful idea. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Everything begins with thought, and every person's reality is a reflection of what they think, believe, and emotionally desire. The book identifies 13 principles that lead to personal achievement steps that transform invisible thoughts into visible wealth, happiness, and purpose. The first principle is desire, which Hill calls the starting point of all achievement. Success begins when a vague wish turns into a burning, definite desire. It's not enough to simply want wealth, happiness, or success. You must crave it so strongly that it becomes part of your being. Hill tells the story of Edwin C. Barnes, a man who dreamed of becoming a business partner with Thomas Edison. Barnes had no money, education, or experience, but he had an unshakable desire. He traveled to Edison's office and offered to work for him in any capacity. For years, he worked ordinary jobs, but his determination never faded. Eventually, Edison recognized his persistence and made him a partner. Barnes achieved his dream because his desire was clear and constant. Hill teaches readers to set specific goals, write them down, visualize them daily, and act immediately, because desire, backed by faith, becomes unstoppable. The second principle is faith, which Hill describes as the power of belief. Faith transforms mere desire into reality by feeding the subconscious mind with positive emotion and confidence. When you truly believe you can succeed, you begin to attract the people, opportunities, and ideas needed to make it happen. Hill emphasizes that faith can be built deliberately by repeating affirmations and visualizing success until your mind accepts them as truth. He argues that thoughts mixed with faith and emotion become magnetic forces that draw corresponding realities into your life. The key is to replace fear and doubt with confidence and purpose, because the mind cannot hold to opposing emotions at once. Faith is strengthened through the third principle, autosuggestion, which is the act of consciously programming the subconscious mind. Hill explains that your subconscious acts on whatever you continuously think about, whether good or bad. If you repeat affirmations like "I am successful," "I attract opportunity," and "I am confident," these thoughts eventually influence your behavior and decisions. On the other hand, if you constantly feed your mind with fear or negativity, you create self-sabotage. Hill insists on reading your written goal statement twice a day, morning and night, and visualizing yourself already in possession of your goal. When the subconscious accepts your thoughts as reality, it begins to act upon them automatically, guiding your decisions and attracting favorable circumstances. The fourth principle is specialized knowledge. Hill distinguishes between general knowledge, which anyone can have, and specialized knowledge, which leads to power and success. He explains that universities produce many educated people who remain poor because their knowledge is not applied. Knowledge itself is not power. Only when organized and directed toward a definite purpose does it become powerful. Hill encourages readers to continually learn, seek mentors, and surround themselves with experts. The most successful people don't know everything themselves. They know how to find and organize knowledge effectively. Then comes the fifth principle, imagination, which Hill calls the workshop of the mind. Every invention, fortune, or achievement begins in the imagination. Hill differentiates between two kinds of imagination, synthetic and creative. Synthetic imagination rearranges old ideas into new combinations, like improving an existing product or system. Creative imagination, on the other hand, connects us to what Hill calls infinite intelligence, a universal source of inspiration that delivers flashes of insight and genius. He writes that ideas are the starting points of all fortunes, and the mind, when charged with desire and belief, can attract ideas that lead to success. Everything from airplanes to skyscrapers once existed only in someone's imagination. The sixth principle, organized planning, turns thought into action. Hill stresses that a plan is essential, but even more important is the willingness to act and revise the plan until it works. Failure, he says, is often just a signal to try again with a better plan. He advises readers to form a mastermind group, a team of like-minded individuals who share a definite purpose and cooperate in harmony. Through combined intelligence and experience, the group multiplies creative power. Hill believed that no one ever achieved great success alone. Every powerful leader, from Henry Ford to Edison, surrounded themselves with a team. The seventh principle is decision. Hill observed that successful people reach decisions quickly and change them slowly, while unsuccessful people take a long time to decide and change their minds frequently. Indecision breeds fear and confusion, while decisiveness creates momentum. Most people, he notes, never succeed because they spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment which never comes. The ability to make firm decisions is a habit, and it's often developed through failure and courage. The eighth principle is persistence, the sustained effort necessary to turn desire into its physical equivalent. Hill says that persistence is a state of mind that can be cultivated. It depends on willpower, definiteness of purpose, and the ability to keep going despite setbacks. Many people give up just before success arrives. He tells the famous story of R.U. Darby, who stopped digging for gold after months of failure only for another man to find a massive gold vein just 3 feet beyond where Darby quit. Hill's message is clear. Success often lies just beyond the point where most give up. The ninth principle, the mastermind, is one of Hill's most powerful ideas. It refers to the coordination of knowledge and effort between 2 or more people working toward a definite purpose in a spirit of harmony. When minds connect, a third mind is created, a shared intelligence greater than the sum of its parts. Hill credits this principle as the secret behind nearly every great fortune in history. By surrounding yourself with talented, motivated people and maintaining harmony, you multiply your power exponentially. The 10th principle is the mystery of sex transmutation. Hill argues that sexual energy, the most powerful human emotion, can be transformed into creative and productive power. The same energy that drives physical attraction can be redirected to fuel ambition, imagination, and achievement. He believed that many geniuses, artists, and leaders learn to channel this energy into their life's work. When properly harnessed, it becomes a source of passion and drive that fuels extraordinary success. The 11th principle is the subconscious mind, which Hill describes as the link between your thoughts and their physical expression. The subconscious operates continuously and reacts to emotionalized thoughts, whether positive or negative. Whatever you feed it repeatedly will eventually manifest in your life. Hill advises focusing your mental energy on prosperity, confidence, and happiness rather than fear or doubt. He warns that the subconscious mind doesn't judge, it simply accepts what it is given. By maintaining a positive emotional state, you instruct it to attract success. The 12th principle, the brain, is presented as a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. Hill suggests that our brains send out and pick up vibrations of thought, especially when charged with emotion. When 2 or more people come together in a spirit of harmony, their minds create a magnetic energy that attracts ideas, opportunities, and inspiration. This concept was revolutionary at the time, foreshadowing what later generations would call the law of attraction. Finally, the 13th principle is the sixth sense, the door to infinite intelligence. Hill explains that this is a kind of intuition that guides us when our minds are properly tuned through the other 12 principles. It's that inner voice or gut feeling that warns of danger or reveals opportunity. Those who learn to listen to this intuitive sense find themselves guided by a power greater than logic. Hill describes it as the final step toward mastery of the mind. Beyond these 13 principles, Hill also discusses what he calls the 6 basic fears that hold people back. The fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. These fears, he says, are the enemies of progress and must be conquered through awareness and faith. Fear paralyzes action, and action is the antidote to fear. By replacing fear with belief and purpose, anyone can reclaim control over their life. Hill's overall message is simple yet profound. Our thoughts are things real, powerful forces that shape the world around us. Success begins not with luck, education, or inheritance, but with the ability to control and direct the mind. He argues that every person is a living magnet, attracting what they think about most. If you think in terms of lack and limitation, you attract poverty and frustration. If you think in terms of abundance and confidence, you attract opportunity and achievement. He reminds readers that riches come not to those who merely wish for them, but to those who expect them and act with persistence. Hill encourages everyone to take responsibility for their own destiny. You are the master of your fate, he writes, the captain of your soul. This quote captures the essence of the book. It's about mental discipline, self-awareness, and the power of focused thought. Even though it was written nearly a century ago, Think and Grow Rich remains as relevant as ever. Its lessons apply not only to financial success but also to personal growth, creativity, and fulfillment. The book teaches that the most powerful asset we possess is our own mind. By mastering it, by aligning thought, desire, and faith, we can unlock infinite potential. Hill's philosophy is not about quick fixes or empty motivation. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts success because of who they are and how they think. Ultimately, Think and Grow Rich is a guide to mastering the invisible forces that govern our lives. It tells us that wealth, Happiness and peace of mind are not external gifts, they are internal achievements, born from disciplined thought and purposeful action. Napoleon Hill's timeless lesson endures. Change your thoughts, and you change your life.
It was a very good book. Did you like it too? You can write your thoughts in the comments section. See you in the next summary.